You guys ready for Jackie? Jackie!
I have a fear of fire. I guess any sensible person is afraid of fire, but I'm really afraid of fire. Like if I go into somebody's house, I'm always kind of keeping my eyes out for any candles burning or cigarettes. Probably because when I was 7 years old, we had a serious kitchen fire one Saturday morning, and my dad, who's in a former life had been a fire chief, was actually pretty badly injured putting out that fire. He had terrible burns and scars going from his wrist to his elbow. And it was really frightening to see all that happen right in front of me and see how quickly it happened. So after that, I was always extra special careful about candles and cigarettes and pans of bacon left unattended on the stove. But my sister Lynn, who was 12 years older, was off at college, so she wasn't home when we had that fire. And maybe that's why she continued to be outrageously careless about things with flames pretty much the rest of her life. We had several tables in our house that had little burn marks from where Lynn's cigarette would fall out of an ashtray or something. And over the years when I went to visit her, I would always, kind of make sure, there was nothing that was dangerous going on with any flames. And visiting Lynn, you have to understand, was always a superb experience. My sister was like the nice version of Martha Stewart. Her house was always beautiful and warm and fluffy pillows and perfect food, and it was all comfort food and deliciousness, and she was warm and gracious and kind and smart and always made you feel like the center of the universe. So I made every excuse I could, of course, to go visit her. And when she moved to New Orleans, that got easier, and the first time I drove over to see her in New Orleans, she was living in a small little bungalow house, and of course I walked in and it smelled like wonderfulness and comfort food, and quick eyeball, no cigarettes, yay, okay, good, and no candles. But when I went to bed that night in this little first floor bedroom, I could see through the shears of the curtains, I could see something kind of flickering out on the porch. I thought, is that my imagination, my paranoia? No, I think there's something flickering out there like a flame. So I go out there, and there on this table, on a wooden porch of a wooden house, are these 3 candles left burning while we went to bed. And I thought, my God, I'm not paranoid. There's a reason to be scared of her. And I went over and looked at them, and I went to blow them out, and they were fake candles. Of course they were. And they had some kind of battery in them or whatever. So I laughed at myself a little, go to bed. Next morning, I told Lynn about my dramatic moment in the middle of the night, and she said, no, those are my, pretend candles, and I have them on a timer out there on the front porch. They come on at about, 7 o'clock at night, so when I come home at night, they're kind of there to greet me and, sort of say hello. It's better than just a, bare bulb. Thought, there's my Martha Stewart sister again, thinking about that. So I saw those candles many times over the next 6 months, and the last time I saw them was when I got to that house on New Year's Eve that year. It was already evening, and the candles were flickering. And Lynn was in the house, but she was in a hospital bed, and she was dying of cancer. And the next day, New Year's Day, she passed away. And the house looked beautiful, all the Christmas decorations were up somehow, but a grief I didn't know I could feel sunk into me. And when I left New Orleans 2 days later, as I left the house, I asked her daughter, Nikki, I said, can I take those candles with me? She said, sure, of course you can have them. So I brought them back to Houston, and I don't have a porch here, so I couldn't put them on the porch, but I put them on a bookcase that's right inside my entryway as I come in the door. I've never touched them, I've never changed them, and Lynn had them on a timer to come on in the evening. And so every evening when I come home, those lights are on, and they're flickering for me. It has been over 3 years, and they're still coming on every night. And I like to think that that's her talking to me a little bit. It's not like an incredible set of batteries of some sort. It's more magical than that. And it's her telling me that she's okay, and that I'm going to be okay, and that there's nothing that I really need to be afraid of. Thank you.